Bout Time with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my Bout Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, leave the comments, and share the videos. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Encourage others to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing. All right, listen, this is just something that I want to jump into. And before I get into that, I want to say shout out to my guy Rebel Life Boxing. Hey man, listen, I'm glad that you feeling better. I'm glad that you beat that COVID, bro, and I'm glad that you back on your feet, man. So stay safe, stay healthy, and for anybody else that that's dealing with the COVID or got over it, man, stay safe, and just stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my guy Mark Nash. And new media, period. New media, shout out, you know what I mean, everybody doing anything. But yeah, I gotta get into this one right here. Somebody has sent me a message, DM'd me a message on Twitter. And they just said some things about Shakur Stevenson that was just not true. Obviously, they don't understand boxing, or they probably just a fan of a particular fighter that I'm about to bring up. But I'm talking about Lomachenko. Lomachenko, I don't care what nobody say, he is not a better fighter than Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson turned pro in 2017, April of 2017. Lomachenko, if I'm not mistaken, he turned pro in 2013, I think. He fought somebody named Luis Ramirez. Loma's 18-2 with 11 knockouts. Shakur Stevenson is 17-0 with 9 knockouts. 2 more knockouts than Lomachenko. Look at the difference in the activity. Loma is 18-2. 18-2 with 11 knockouts. Shakur Stevenson is 17-0 with 9. And they turn pro. There's a 4-year difference. And then you got guys like Joe Tessitore, Mark Kriegel. Like, even when he fought, like when Loma fought Luke Campbell, when he fought Jorge Linares, when he fought these guys, even when he lost his second professional fight to Orlando Salido, even when he lost to him, they still was just making it seem like this dude, like, you got these guys are saying he's boxing's crown jewel, boxing's best treasure. Nobody can punch like Lomachenko. Nobody has feet like Lomachenko. Nobody can move like Lomachenko. What are y'all watching? And I know there's a lot of people who's gonna come on here and probably gonna lead them with those racist comments. I know y'all about to come, but guess what? I don't care. Y'all can call me a racist all y'all want, because this ain't, you know what I mean, this ain't about race. This is about boxing facts, about skill, and just constantly trying to downplay another fighter's accomplishments as opposed to another one. Like, everything Loma do is great. Shakur Stevenson can do the same thing in this. Oh, well, he still hasn't proven anything. Oh, well, that guy wasn't that much of a, you know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. All right, so he beat Joet Gonzalez for the vacant WBO featherweight title. Nobody, they just was like, oh, well, he beat Joet Gonzalez. Like, Joet Gonzalez is just, compare him to the guy, to Luis Ramirez, who Lomachenko fought in his pro debut, or Orlando Salido, or Luke Campbell. But when Loma was beating these guys, oh, This is a testament to the greatness that's to come and how great he is. Oh, just look at how he do this and he do that. Shakur Stevenson can do the same exact thing. Same thing with Jaron Hennessy. This is the thing that's going to bother me about the younger guys that's coming up now. You know, like the Richardson Hitchens, Jalil Hackett's. It seemed like it's, you know, they're going to never be able to do enough in the eye of, you know what I mean, of the boxing public for them to be satisfied. So if anything, the people that say all this stuff, y'all want to call me the racist. Y'all the ones that's the racist. Oh, you only said that about Shakur Stevenson because he black. No, I said it about Shakur Stevenson because it's right. Loma got an entire country that follows him. And every time he steps in the ring, he always donning the Ukrainian colors. Nobody says nothing about it. And it's no issue. And it's not. You got a whole country that follow you, fine. But don't make it seem like because he got a whole country following him that he's better than every other lightweight, junior lightweight, and all this other stuff. Like, stop it. When Shakur Stevenson had just turned pro, was on his way to turning pro, he signed with Top Rank. And he heard that Lomachenko needed sparring partners. He volunteered to go work with Loma for free because they said they couldn't afford to pay him or something like that. And Shakur Stevenson said, well, I don't care. Y'all got to pay me. I just want to go there for the experience. And who you think tried to shut that down and stop him from going there because they knew what would happen. He would embarrass Lomachenko in the camp and get out on his ass. And there has been videos where Shakur Stevenson has talked about when he did finally get his chance to spar Lomachenko and how he whooped his ass. And in an actual fight, he will. Bob Arum, yes, tried to block Shakur Stevenson from wanting to work with Loma. Oh, they can't afford to pay you, blah, blah, blah. Shakur said, I don't care about the money. I just want to get the, I just want to get the experience. That's Lomachenko. That's how he looked at it then. He fresh in the game. And by the way, do you hear about Shakur Stevenson ducking or avoiding anybody? He's not. So don't y'all dare even come on in and try to talk that shit either. Don't do it. Do not do it. Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson is a baby-faced assassin. And he is a very dangerous fighter. But it's just sad that every accomplishment, like even when he beat Jamel Herring, now all of a sudden Jamel Herring, was just nothing. Like, well, he ain't beat nobody. He beat Joet Gonzalez, for the WBO featherweight title. Oh, I ain't beat nobody. He beat Nakathila for the vacant WBO interim junior lightweight. Junior lightweight title. All of a sudden he received all this criticism, Timothy Bradley and all that kind of stuff. Look at how they criticized Devin Haney when he fought Jorge Linares. But when Lomachenko fought Jorge Linares, what? Oh, it was just it was just the greatest thing that you could ever see. But they downplayed Shakur Stevenson, his performance against Toka Khan Clary, which was one of the best performances I feel like of his career. And so was Jamel Herring. He put on one of the best performances of his career against Jamel Herring and won a world title. But let Lomachenko had fought Jamel Herring and beat him. Oh, Loma just destroyed. He just decimated. He just, they would have just made it seem like it was just the greatest thing and that nobody else is capable. And that's how, see, this is the stuff that pisses me off. They sit up here and try to make it seem like the stuff that Loma do in the ring, no other fighter is capable of doing. And look at what they doing already. Already, they're trying to swing that fight. They trying to make Bob Merriman, he trying to use every influence that he got. Because they trying to put them belts back on Loma. So they trying to sneak, do some sneaky underhanded stuff. I know they are behind the scenes. And y'all gonna find out about it. With them trying to make the Kambosos and Lomachenko fight. They already whispering about it. They already whispering about it. Nah, don't let Devin Haney get the fight because he got caught with some shots against Jojo Diaz. Oh, Jorge Linares rocked him. Or hurt him in the fight, dazed him. But he didn't drop him. Jorge Linares dropped Lomachenko, though, with a straight right hand. Sat him on his behind. But despite, even in the fight against Jorge Linares, despite all that, when Jorge knocked Loma down, the crowd went crazy, but still was nah. But everything else, Loma threw one little oh, look at the vicious combination from Loma, split the guard and did this and did that. And Uncle Timothy Bradley, I ain't gonna say what I want to call him. I'll just say Uncle Tim. Him. He's another one. Like, it just seemed like everything. I mean, Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, they all can beat the same people that Loma beat, and yet and still they have no. They always gonna have something to prove. But when Loma beat these same people, this is just confirmation of his greatness. And Shakur is still, Shakur is what, 23 or 24 years old? Loma pushing 34 years old. And he's 18-2 with 11 knockouts. And Shakur Stevenson is 17-0 with 9 knockouts. Look at how much more time Shakur Stevenson got. And that's why anybody who's familiar with Cameron Duncan, shout out to Cameron Duncan, who talked about Bob Arum and the NBF thing, and to those boxing, to the people, the real boxing fans out there, y'all know what the NBF thing stand for. And this is why they won't let Lomachenko fight Shakur Stevenson. They let him fight Richard Comey, though. And then even in that fight, when he fought Richard Comey, what was they screaming? He's back. He's back. Forget about Devin Haney and Kambosos. Lomachenko and Kambosos. Let's make that fight. Don't let Shakur Stevenson get the fight. So I wonder if they're going to try to make the fight with well, I don't know. But like I said, it's just a shame, that when Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, and even going up to guys like Jaron Ennis, that's what I'm saying. There's people still even talking about he didn't show anything. He still got to prove himself. With 26 knockouts and 28 wins, he still got to show something. And Lomachenko got 11 knockouts out of 18 professional fights and 2 losses. Yet and still, these are all, even his losses is signs and confirmation of his greatness. What's wrong with that picture? Am I the only one that's tripping about this? And this is why I said it bothers me. It bothers me because you got young guys like Jalil Hackett, Richardson Hitchin, these guys who are the future of this sport, who gives dominating and gives beautiful performances, but the only thing people say is, well, gotta remember he just turned pro. So yeah, he's going to look good against certain opposition. Because if he didn't, then that means that, this is just signs of a bad future to come. But when it was Lomachenko, I mean, come on, man. When he fought Gary Russell Jr., he was 1-1-1, and they were still talking about this guy as if he had already been a pro for 9 or 10 years, talking about how great he was. And Gary Russell was 24-0 with 14 knockouts or something like that. But yet and still, Loma was 1-1-1, and they just talked about how great he was. Third professional fight. He had 1 win, 1 loss. That's it. Ramirez, his pro debut. Salido, he lost. Third fight, Gary Russell Jr. And they talking about how great he was. And Shakur Stevenson made all the necessary adjustments to beat Jeremiah Nakafila for that vacant WBO interim junior lightweight belt. And then all they did was criticize him. Tim Bradley, oh, Shakur, you're putting me to sleep. Oh, you this and that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But Lomachenko's just so great. Look at how he's boxing's greatest treasure. What? Are you kidding me? That's an insult to every other fighter. And to be honest, I like Jorge Linares. I liked how he performed in the fight against Lomachenko. But then, Loma, he take this layoff and then he come back and beat Richard Comey, and now they talking about he's back. He got a birthday coming up in February. He's going to be 34 years old. How much more time do he got left? So what they going to do, try to snuff everybody else and try to make the fight with him and Kambosos to put the belts back on him only so he could turn around and start avoiding people again? Or did we forget, how Devin Haney got the WBC lightweight title because Loma didn't want to fight him? So he dropped the belt to Devin and got the WBC franchise title. This is sad, man. This is why I will always talk about the Jalil Hackett's, the Richardson Hitchens, the Jaron Ennis's, the Virgil Ortiz's, the future and the nouns of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know, the past is the guys that's established, that's already at the, winning the Spencers, the Crawfords, and all them type guys. Because they are on their way out. You got these, Jaron Ennis, 24 years old. That's what I'm saying. All these guys are young. Jalil Hackett, 18 years old, I believe. 18 or 19 years old. You see what I'm saying? Like Richardson Hitchens, all these guys, they're young. And it's sad that when they give a good performance, they get criticized for it. And saying that, oh, well, they need work on this, they need work on that. When Linares dropped Lomachenko with the straight right hand, they didn't say Loma need to go back and work on his defense. He need to do this and do that. They didn't say none of that. They just said, oh, man, what great skill, what great heart. Oh, he just got right back up. Oh, this, that, and the third. But let that have been a Shakur Stevenson. You see they not letting Devin Haney live it down. Oh, man, Jorge Linares rocked him, man. He hurt Devin. Yeah, Devin was hurt. This is crazy. And yeah, I just felt like I needed to do this video and talk about this. Because, listen, y'all need to stop piping Lomachenko up. How much more longer do y'all think he's really going to continue to fight? He's going on 34 now. So what, he's going to continue to fight up until he's 40? And by the way, yeah, Shakur Stevenson was calling out. He's been calling out Lomachenko. But again, that MBF thing, Bob Arum wasn't going to let that happen. That's why he just swing him in all the other directions, let him fight everybody else. But believe me when I tell you, Lomachenko cannot beat Shakur Stevenson. Lomachenko cannot beat Gervonta Davis. Lomachenko cannot beat Devin Haney. He can't. He can't. And truth be told, he probably won't be able to beat Kambosos either. But I'm telling you, don't be surprised. I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised if you start hearing about Lomachenko and Kambosos and if they do make that fight, oh, it was easier to make that fight because Devin Haney was making all these outrageous demands. Man, listen, Devin Haney never made no outrageous demands when it came to getting fights with people. Everybody else always tried to make crazy demands. And anybody who know about this know what I'm saying is the truth. When Teofimo Lopez ran into Eddie Hearn and they was talking about wanting to fight Devin Haney the first time, the figure of $10 million came out of his mouth. Oh, we want $10 million. Like, dude, please. I don't even think you made $1 million when you beat Lomachenko. And if you did, you probably just made $1 million. Or $1.2 million or something like that when you end the Lomachenko fight. And that probably had clause, if you won the fight, then and you just so happened, and Teo just so happened to win that fight. And then they went on again talking about, Bill Haney and Teofimo father. Bill Haney was like, can I go to DAZN and get $4 million to make the fight happen? His father was like, yeah, you could do that. But that never came to fruition because they was pump faking. The bullshit that go on that I be talking about. And then you had Mr. Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, 1.5, shorty, and I'ma beat your ass. Bill Haney and Devin Haney said, all right, we'll put up the 1.5. They put the term sheet together, all that stuff, sent the term sheet and all that. Then Gary Russell tried to lie and say, oh, they ain't never sent me nothing, this, that, and the third. Bill Haney showed the proof and everything. Shout out to Aki TV, because he did the interview on Aki TV and showed it, like, where these were the terms that we sent, this, that, and the third and all that. Then Gary Russell made another video and said, you know what? Put another 0.5 on that, shorty, and I'm going to beat your ass. So that's why I always say, when fighters want to get out of fighting somebody, they're going to make some outrageous or astronomical demands that they know they're not worth, or not, you know, or the promoter's just going, you know, refuse to meet. So that's their way of saying, well, I did ask to fight him. So y'all know, again, I just called them out. But a lot of people just be pump faking. They fake call out fighters, call them out, and then when they see that they real, because anybody that called Devin Haney out, Devin Haney was like, all right, let's make it happen. Then all of a sudden, here come all these crazy demands. Loma just trying to sneak his way back to those belts with Bob Arum and Top Rank's help. If Devin Haney don't get a shot at those belts, or Tank Davis, and I'm not even going to mention Crying Garcia. I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not even, you know what I mean? They call him the drama queen. I call him Crying Garcia. He another one, fake calling out people, don't want to do nothing. I mean, come on, man. And realistically, when Shakur Stevenson fought Toka Khan Cleary, like, you can put Toka Khan Cleary and Richard Comey on the same level. So what was so special about what Lomachenko did to Richard Comey that Shakur Stevenson didn't do to Toka Khan Cleary? Listen, this is just me and my opinion and my facts about what I know to be the truth. Like, stop piping Loma up. He can't beat Shakur Stevenson, and they're not going to let him fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur would take that fight in a heartbeat if they gave it to him. And anybody who follows Shakur Stevenson, follow his career and everything, y'all know it. Y'all know it. He want all the smoke. He want it. He asking for it. But like I said, man, stop piping Loma up. And whoever want to leave the comments, you know, if y'all agree, hey, listen, y'all know, look, salute, respect, you know what I'm saying? Trill 100 mil. If you don't, you want to leave them dumbass comments that talking about that racist stuff or whatever, man, go ahead, leave that stuff too. Because guess what? I don't give a shit about it. I know that what I'm saying is the truth.